Here in this video, I will be discussing about classification of antimalarial drugs. Now, available antimalarial drugs represent a wide variety of structural type and mode of action. Many of these agents are specifically used in treatment of malaria, while some of these agents are also used to treat other infectious diseases. These agents may be used in treatment of malaria or in chemoprophylaxis in malaria or in both. According to their chemical structure, antimalarial drugs can be classified as first class of antimalarial drug, that is cinchona alkaloid. And example of cinchona alkaloids include quinine, quinidine, cinchonine and cinchonidine. Quinine and quinidine are optical isomer of each other, and cinchonine and cinchonidine are also optical isomer of each other. This is the general chemical structure of quinine, quinidine, cinchonine and cinchonidine. And for quinine, quinidine, this R is methoxy group, whereas for cinchonine and cinchonidine, R is hydrogen, that is cinchonine, cinchonidine, and this R is OCH3, that is for quinine. Next important class of antimalarial drugs is 4-amino quinoline, and example of this class of drug that include chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, amodiaquine. And general structure of 4-amino quinoline this is the general structure of 4-amino quinolines, and for chloroquine this R1 R2 is ethyl group, that is diethyl amino moiety, and for hydroxychloroquine R1 is ethyl and R2 is hydroxyethyl, that is C2H4OH. And for amodiaquine, this is the structure of amodiaquine, that is amodiaquine. Next important class of antimalarial agents, that is 8-amino quinolines, and the example of this class of drug, that is primaquine, pemaquine. And general structure of 8-amino quinoline, and for primaquine R1 R2 is hydrogen, and for pemaquine R1 R2 is ethyl group. Next important class of antimalarial agents, 9-amino acridins, and example of this class of drug, that is quinacrine or mepacrine. And general structure of this quinacrine or mepacrine, this is the structure of quinacrine or mepacrine. Now one thing you have to remember here, that is the numbering system of this acridine molecule is something special, that is like this: 1 2 3 4, this is not 5, 5 6 7 8 9, that is why 9 amino acridine, and this nitrogen is 10 position and this is 10A. So this is a special numbering system of acridine ring system. This thing you have to remember. Next class of antimalarial agents, that is 4-quinoline methanol, and example of this class of drug, that is Mefloquine, and structure of Mefloquine, this is the structure of Mefloquine. Next class of antimalarial agent, that is phenanthrene methanol, and example of this class of drug, that is halofentrine, and structure of halofentrine, this is the structure of halofentrine. Next class of antimalarial agents, that is naphthaquinone derivatives, and example of this class of drug, that is atovaquone, and chemical structure of atovaquone, this is the chemical structure of atovaquone. Next class of antimalarial drugs, that is biguanide, and example of this class of drug, that is proguanyl cycloguanyl. Chemical structure of proguanyl, that is, this is the chemical structure of proguanyl, and cycloguanyl is obtained from cyclization of proguanyl, that is the structure of cycloguanyl, this is the chemical structure of cycloguanyl. Next class of antimalarial agents, that is diamino pyrimidine. Example of this class of drug, that is pyrimethamine, and chemical structure of pyrimethamine, that is, this is the chemical structure of pyrimethamine. Next class of antimalarial agents, that is sulfonamides, and example of this class include sulfadoxine, and chemical structure of sulfadoxine, that is, this is the chemical structure of sulfadoxine. Next class of antimalarial agent, that is sesquiterpene lactone. This is a very important class of antimalarial agent. Example, that is Artemisinin. Another example of this class of drug, that is Artesunate. Chemical structure of Artemisinin, this is the chemical structure of Artemisinin. This is a 7-member ring, and this is the Artemisinin. And for Artesunate, this position is something different. This is the structure of Artesunate, and then you can add another class, that is miscellaneous antimalarial agents. These miscellaneous antimalarial agents include different antibiotics like clindamycin, tetracycline, oxytetracycline, like this. Structure of clindamycin. This is the structure of clindamycin. So these are about chemical classification of antimalarial agents with their chemical structure. Thank you.